All right, welcome to Hoops Tracker. Jerry Howard, your host. Hoops Tracker, your source for Colorado basketball. Man, we've got 2 weeks left in the season. We've seen some crazy games this last week. Let's dive in. Let's catch up on the news, what's going on. Remember, you can see us on hoopstracker.net, social media at HoopsTracker. Make sure you DM us, talk to us. We're going to review the games, talk about rankings, talk about this week's game. Huge news last week, Sienna Betts becomes the all time rebounding record holder for girls, and she's within striking distance of knocking off a 50-year-old record on the boys' side. And we're going to see how this plays out. She's got about 70 rebounds to go. She's got a couple games left in the season, plus the playoffs. I think she breaks the all time record for all the boys and girls. Huge. She's number 2 in the country in her class. Couldn't say anything more great about her. All right. 1,000 point clubs. Brody Shepard at Yuma gets in the 1,000 point club. Cade Crutcher from Resurrection Christian. Elijah Mack from Doherty. And who hits it? The 1,500 point club? Tanner Bracketta. Him, Cole Schurz over 1,800 points right now. We're tracking to see who's the next one up. I think Ladavian just broke 1,300 points, but we're trying to figure out who's lying where. Coaches, help us out if you've got more information. Let's dive into last week's games. Lutheran goes up to Eagle Valley, cruises to an easy win. Coach Marty Clark has Cade Speckman and team on track for the 5A, winning that league. Dakota Ridge at Green Mountain. Dakota Ridge pulls it off. They are playing so well. Ethan Behringer, the other Dakota Ridge players, Coach Seth has got them on the right track, and they are focused. They want to make sure not only do they get to the Coliseum, but they win it. Tuesday night, Kent Denver at Colorado Academy, not even a competition. Caleb Fay, um, you know, that team is just loaded at 4A. Vanguard Lamar beats Vanguard. Lamar's going to be a tough team to watch in 4A. Denver South goes to Rangeview, loses by 8. It's a much closer game than the score accounts for. Hooked up with Sean Palmer on Saturday talking about this South game, and all he had to say was, we showed up, we played defense, we scored, we won. This Denver City Prep League is awesome. Every week, this is very similar to the Centennial League. Every week you've got a tough component. Um, you've got you just got a lot of chemistry. The fans are showing up in great support. Timnath at Mountain View. Mountain View pulls that win off. Mountain Vista, Legend goes to Mountain Vista, and Mountain Vista puts it on Legend. They do not want to let them give them any breathing room. The Continental League is just as brutal as the Centennial League. Northfield at GW comes up just short. GW pulls off the win. Again, Rangeview's in control in that Denver City League, but man, the second, third, fourth, and fifth team, they are all right there. Wednesday night, Chaparral goes to Horizon. We were at this game. Christian Williams, Luke Howery blow up. They just took command early, and Horizon started late. But once they started getting into the second quarter, they clawed back into that game. But man, Shap was just way too much for them. Now, I do have to say this: Horizon, they're young, they look good, they're primed. Noah Solowski, Aiden Green, Boaz Wisney. Man, this team is primed to make a good run. They are actually in control of the Granite League. They still have a couple more games to go, but they've beaten Broomfield, they've beaten Fairview, they've beaten Meade. Those are the top teams there. Hopefully, they stay the course. Smoky Hill goes to Arapahoe. Arapahoe knocks off Smoky Hill 52-47. Wow. All I can say is this Centennial League is brutal. Every night you've got a big game. Eagle Crest pulls out a big game over Cherokee Trail. Lutheran trying to win their league. They've moved up to 5A. They beat Cheyenne Mountain. Thursday night, we were at the Valor A West game. Cole Sure was unbelievable. He blows up. Um, you know, Denver Christian goes to peak to peak, beats a top 3A team, stays among those top 4A, and they're ready to go. They're primed. Coach Evan has them looking really good going in with 2 weeks left in the playoffs till the playoffs start. Friday, George goes to Rangeview, comes up 10 short. Smoky Hill goes to Grandview in a really good game, beats Grandview. Eagle Crest holds off Mullen with an easy win there. Fruta makes it clear in Grand Junction who's number one on the western slope. And Fossil Ridge knocks off Windsor, avenging an earlier season loss. Now, these two teams are tied for that Northern Championship League. It's a 5A, 6A league. They each split. Fossil Ridge looks really good. This team can be scary in the playoffs. People need to watch out because they've got shooters, they've got some size. Erie goes to Fairview. Fairview wins. Mountain Vista beats Rock Canyon on Friday night. And then Legacy beats Monarch in a really tough game, 58-51. Strasburg knocks off Highland in that Northern Patriot League that is brutal. And Saturday, Denver South with the most incredible game I've ever seen in a comeback. They were down. East had this one. Dominic Rhodes Martinez hits a three with about 15 seconds left to tie the game. And then East inbounds the ball, quick turnover. Matt Rhodes Martinez passes it to Jaden Davis. Jaden hits the three as time expired. HoopsTracker has it on video. Check it out on social media. It was phenomenal. The gym erupted. Of course, Rudy Carey is like going bonkers because they had this game won. They flat out had this game won. And Jaden Davis, now a lot of people don't know about Jaden, but Jaden is a core part of this Denver South team. He's been playing exceptionally well this season. Man, they are coming together. Damian Durden had some great shots, some great blocks. Even Don Martinez had some really good blocks against East. This was fun game to watch. Man, if you guys can go see just watch the last minute of the game, back and forth, and then within that 20-second spin, Denver South, 6 points, comes up with the win. Mesa Ridge wins a close one over Discovery Canyon down south, still remains undefeated. Let's talk about this week. Monday night, big matchup up north, Timnath at Thompson Valley. This is a huge matchup for their league and their positioning. Green Mountains at Conifer on Tuesday, Longmont's at Erie. A big rivalry match, Holy Family at Broomfield. Man, this is going to be a good match. This is battling for second place, I believe, in the Granite League. Fredericks at Horizon. They're battling. This will be a good matchup. Ralston is at Valor. The two top point guards in the state are going to go head to head. We'll see who comes out on top. Last time it was Tanner. Let's see what happens in this game. Colorado Academy goes to peak. Strasburg for a big 3A matchup at Yuma. Sand Creek at TCA. Windsor Charter at Highland. Now, Windsor Charter has one loss this season against Resurrection Christian. Highland, man, they're playing really well. This Patriot League for 3A, 4A is loaded with talent. They have 5 of the top 10 teams. Wednesday night, Regis is at Mountain Vista. Man, this is going to be a thriller. You got Overland at Smoky Hill. Remember, a couple weeks ago, Overland had Eagle Crest on the ropes. Let them go. Will they be able? This is going to be a great matchup. Overland is peaking. Smoky Hill, they're still doing really well, but they've got to be more consistent. Eagle Crest is at Arapahoe. Vista Peak at GW. Denver South at Northfield. Again, that City League, brutal schedule. Thursday night, we have Fairview at Monarch. This is going to be a really good matchup. You got Lewis Palmer at Lutheran. Remember, Lewis Palmer put it on Lutheran 2 weeks ago. Let's see how Lutheran responds. Pete's at Otis. Green Mountain at Golden. This is going to be a big test for that Golden team. And then Columbine at RV. Now, Friday night, the Centennial League starts. This is huge. Man, this is going to be a great set of games. Highlands at Resurrection Christian. Regis at Valor. Mountain Vista at Thunder Ridge. GW at South. Windsor Charter at Yuma for a big matchup up north. Liberty at Doherty. Legacy at Broomfield for a rivalry match. Saturday, Fairview at A West. Bennett at Highland. Aspen at Coleridge. McClave at Simla. All big key games in getting position for the playoffs. Let's go to rankings. Ralston Valley continues to be undefeated. Rangeview undefeated. Eagle Crest, their only loss is outside of the state of Colorado. Technically, they're undefeated. This team is loaded. They're primed. Valor saw them against A West. They are peaking at the right time. But let's see. We have a 1 versus 4 matchup this week. We'll see how that goes. Chaparral, Mountain Vista, playing Regis, another top 10 matchup. Thunder Ridge, Arapahoe, Horizon, all top teams. And we don't forget who's on the outside looking in. Smoky Hill, Denver South, Fruta, G-Dub, Overland, Fossil. All these teams are dangerous. And once the playoff starts, it's one and done. So we'll see what happens. At 5A, you got Mesa Ridge continuing to be undefeated. Dakota Ridge, Lutheran, Windsor. Man, these top 4 are brutal, and we're going to see who gets to the Coliseum and who gets to the Final Four. We got Mullen at 5, Discovery Canyon. We've got Meade, Stanley Lake, Palmer, and Falcon. All great teams. It's going to be, these last 2 weeks are going to be fun. How about at 4A? Holy Family goes to Broomfield this week. Big test. They are number 1 in 4A. Kent Denver slipped up a little bit a couple weeks ago against Resurrection Christian. They're 2. Denver West. Wow, these guys are on fire. We are going to make sure we get to one of their games. This is impressive. They're number 3. Severance, peak to peak, really close. Colorado Academy, TCA, Aspen, Jefferson Academy, Cortez. But you got Prospect Ridge, you got Timnath, you got Sterling, you got DSST, Conservatory Green, and DVR. Man, all these teams, legit teams. Looking forward to seeing how it all plays out. Resurrection Christian, man, they are on top and they're cruising undefeated. They are pushing the limits. Forge Christian, they've already beaten. They've beaten Highland. Denver Christian, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Strasburg, Yuma, Windsor Charter. Now I know, Coach Dick, you're out there pushing for Windsor Charter to move up. Stronger schedule, got to make some more wins, and we'll move you up. Centauri, Middle Park, Vanguard. All great teams, cannot wait. remember, watch. We have all the beat writers that are out on a Hoops Tracker Prep Writer show talking about what's going on. Alyssa No from Boco Preps, Courtney Oakes from Sentinel, Dennis Plew from Jeffco Athletics. I help cover and fill in on the other spots, but this is a great lineup. Watch the show, check it out. If you've got news, share it. Remember, you hit us up at HoopsTracker, hoopstracker.net. We're on social media. 2 weeks left, everyone. 2 weeks. We hope everyone stays warm, stays healthy. Cannot wait to see these games this week. The Centennial League tournament is going to be a blast. Man, all I can say, we love it. There's a lot of parity. Anybody can win. Every week it's a battle. We wish everyone well. And this is your host, Jerry Howard, out, and look forward